This week we are in St. Louis. Derek Lewis versus Rodrigo Nascimento. Black Beast. Is this the main event, or you said it switched?
It is. Yeah, I was wrong. I have to make that clear. I said Joaquin Buckley got moved up. I thought he did, but it turns out he didn't. Unless our apps are all just lying to us, it looks like it's Derek Lewis versus Nascimento. They probably didn't want to change the posters and all that.
Derek Lewis a favorite here.
Yeah, I get it. Nascimento hasn't really fought anyone amazing in his UFC career yet. He's 4-1. He got knocked out by one of the Dawkins brothers, whichever one the heavyweight is.
Derek Lewis is the hardest person to bet on or against, because if you bet on him, he just folds, and if you bet against him, he just somehow can be losing the whole fight and just knock somebody out. I hate betting on or against him. I'm staying away.
One of my biggest wins ever was him versus Curtis Blades when he knocked him out with the uppercut. I think he was like plus 200-300. He knocked him out. I was so happy. And then I lost my next 2 bets on Derek Lewis because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, D-Lou coming off that brutal fight against Yalton Almeida. Not because he took a beating or anything like that, just because it was one of the most boring fights in UFC history. But he's been known to respond well. And last time we saw him against Rodrigo de Lima on the feet, able to really attack, he looked good. He got a flying knee knockout. So I'm expecting Derek Lewis to get another knockout here.
All right, I'm all for it. I want to talk about this Menfield and Ulberg fight. What do you like here?
Bro, that's a good fight. I like Ulberg, honestly. He's damn near undefeated in the UFC. His only loss was against Kennedy and our guy Kennedy. Yeah. That's a memorable fight. It was on Izzy's prelims, I think, against Jan Blachowicz, and he was whooping Kennedy.
I thought it was or no, Ulberg won the Strickland fight. He was on Izzy card,
Yeah, it was a while ago, but Ulberg was whooping Kennedy, and then Kennedy has one of the craziest comebacks probably of the last decade and knocks out Ulberg. That's his only loss, though. He's on a 5-fight winning streak since then. His caliber of opponents has been going up. I think he's a top-level fighter, especially at light heavyweight. It makes it a lot easier to get up to the top. So I'm all over Ulberg here. Oh, I forgot I had tells of the tapes too. Let's see. Yeah,
there it is.
Minus 265. So Vegas agrees with me. Menfield, he's been doing decent lately. Had a good win against Dustin Jacoby, but I just think actually, I take that back. 36 isn't that old for a light heavyweight. I gotta remember my scale. If you're a bantamweight, that's old. Light heavyweight, you're perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, great card. I'm excited for this one. Live fight night. You know how I love them. Get a main card. We get a pay-per-view and then a live fight night back to back. The live fight nights are slowly creeping back, bro.
Bro, this one's gonna be an all-timer. I think. I'm telling you, all these fights. I was looking at this one, and they are all big-time entertaining. This is the co-main right here. Joaquin Buckley versus Nuzultan Ruziboev. Feels like we just previewed both these guys, and we did. They fought on the last card of March. It was March 30th. Buckley had a quick finish over Vicente Luque, and Ruziboev was the one that had the eye poke against Cedricus Dumas.
Yeah.
So this is a crazy jump for Ruziboev, going from Dumas, who I think that was his 3rd or 4th UFC fight, to fighting Joaquin Buckley. Buckley is undefeated at welterweight so far. He's looked really good down there. But honestly, I kind of like Ruziboev here. I was really high on him going into his last fight. He didn't really show me a reason to not be besides poking people in the eyes. So I'm sticking with him here. And we saw Buckley struggle against middleweights. Ruziboev is 6'5", so he's probably damn near middleweight, just cuts a lot of weight. And then I had a couple more. I had some quick analysis for, let me see. Diego Ferreira versus Mateusz Rebecki. So Diego Ferreira, he was pretty close to the top about like 4 years ago. He beat Anthony Pettis, but then he had a 3-fight slide to Gamrot, Gregor Gillespie, and Beneil Dariush. Then he knocked out Michael Johnson about a year ago with that. It was the one where Michael Johnson was snoring. It's a pretty memorable one. It was an overhand. And Mateusz Rebecki, 3-0 in the UFC. Looked pretty good so far, but I got action. I think Ferreira has action here. A lot of time off. A lot of time to get in the lab, get fresh, get healthy. For plus 315, give me that. He has experience against top guys. He hasn't beaten most of them, but he's been in there with them.
Yeah.
And he's fought some decent fights against him. And
Hey,
then
the experience paid off this past weekend.
facts. You picked the right time to not make a living betting on the old guy or betting against the old guys.
Yeah, I know.
You said it. You said it. I'm not doing it this week, and it paid off.
Yeah.
This one right here, I think this could be a fight of the night, bro. Strike.
Yeah.
I was gonna put a little like alarm sound effect on. I want to start doing that whenever we have a badass striking matchup because that's what this is right here.
Is a guy.
Yup, 6'2" at the featherweight division. That is ridiculous. And his nickname's the Sniper, rightfully so. This guy is a sniper. He is. Let me see. I got it written down somewhere here. He's 5-1 in the UFC, 4-fight win streak. But his only loss was against Julian Erosa. He got submitted. And Alex Caceres has a win over Julian Erosa. I'm not really playing too much into that because I think Caceres is too old for that featherweight division against a really good striker like Woodson. I don't think he has enough speed left, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like Woodson here, minus 190, probably by decision. I think it'll be a somewhat technical fight. It won't be a war, but it's going to be very high level striking.
Yeah, I agree.
And then I got one more for this card. I'm talking about Robelis Despain. So this guy made his UFC debut on the Sugar card, UFC 299. He's 37 years old, or 35 years old. He's from Cuba. And he grew up as a Taekwondo guy, was on the Cuban national team for 15 years, and he was a bronze medalist in Taekwondo in the Olympics in 2012, though. So 12 years ago. Started training MMA in 2019. First professional fight in 2022. And I think his last 4 fights, he's finished all of them in the first round in under 20 seconds, including his UFC debut. So this is a guy right here. I'm going to bet him by first round knockout again. Cortez Acosta. I think he's attempted 1 takedown in his UFC career. So he's not going to be going that avenue, or he won't be able to, I don't think. So give me Despain here by knockout and tune into that one. He's a guy. And 35 is not that old for heavyweight.
I like it. I'm excited for this card.